Hello, it's Mercy from Dalgata here. Just making a YouTube video today in honour of the Queen's birthday tomorrow, of course, because everybody knows about that, to celebrate the end of another fantastic week, to thank everybody here at the Guild. I would also like to introduce the idea of Guild Wars next week, talk a little bit about that. I'm going to talk today about the guild requirements. They came up a few times during the week. We also discussed the advantages and disadvantages of raising the minimum gold requirements for the guild, and I'll talk a little bit about that and what's going to happen at the end of the week. I'm also going to talk about epic tasks, and also today I saw a video by Cynical on YouTube that he was speaking about kingdoms. Unfortunately, I don't recommend listening to that video or watching that video because it goes on for 54 minutes and is excruciatingly slow and boring. But I will summarise some of the important things that I learned from it, because there's a lot of things that I've certainly seen discussed in guild chat that are still points of confusion, and hopefully I get to clear those things up. So let's start off first by quickly summarising last week. An amazing turnout for Raid Boss. We got right to the end of it, and Fred triple Euro, he did exceptionally well. And even encourage some of the Sentinels to try and chase him. So that was really good, got through to the end of that. We had a couple of promotions, third line in Elvia. New recruits, welcome to our guild, and well done, thank you very much. You're moving up to Legendary. We've had a few demotions, mostly really just people not meeting guild requirements, but nothing really dramatic. I thought I'd explain the guild rules because they often get lost in chat, so I do repeat them a couple of times every week, but as chat scrolls up, everybody misses it. So pretty much we're an upwardly mobile guild. We're pretty serious about our play, especially the Sentinels, as you'll tell. We chat a lot. We share teams, and I think that's an enormously important part of our guild. We do have a Discord channel, and I do recommend you get on that. Hasn't been very, very active this week. We've actually been more active on Guild, the in-game chat, which is nice, but often Discord is where things are at, particularly if it's a Tower of Doom event, because that's where we share the rooms. We also chat about non-game things, and don't be threatened to join. We don't do audio chats. We only do text chats, and that's because it's an easier and faster way to communicate than the in-game one. However, we always share games on the in-game chat because that's so very easy, and you can of course copy them. So that's kind of briefly what our guild's about. We're like I said, we're pretty active. The Sentinels are all pretty dedicated about getting us down and to be one of the top 500 teams. I don't know how far we'll go from that. We certainly take Guild Wars quite seriously. We generally do very, very well in Guild Wars and consider Guild Wars to be mandatory. Events are important, very important in fact. And gold requirements, if you're a recruit and you don't hit your gold requirements, you unfortunately aren't invited to continue in the guild. If you do want to be promoted in the guild, you need to be a bit exceptional. You need to stand out from the rest in your tier, and that can be given gold requirements. It can be doing really well in an event. It can be sharing teams and chatting and getting involved in discussions about new strategies for the guild. Anything that makes you stand out, and you know, the more you participate, the more you get rewarded here. Now, the benefit of being a higher tier or having a promotion in the guild is the benefit of that, of course, is that if you don't meet requirements one week, you get demoted rather than kicked out. So if you're up a couple of promotion levels, then you've got a few weeks of grace if you do want to take a break or a rest or build up your kingdoms or something like that, spend your guild money on something else. So that's the main reason. You also get to do some more things if you're a sentinel, and one of those things is you get to donate more gold to the guild, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's move on. Thank you very much for an awesome week. That's absolutely fantastic. Next week I said you've got Guild Wars, which is great. Set your defenders early. We've also got a new mythic on Friday, so please everybody claim your seals. Super important because we really want 40,000 seals on Friday, because the new mythic can be drawn from guild chests, and that's where I've actually been really lucky for the last 3 months. That's where I've pretty much got my mythics from the guild chests, which is great because they're a really easy resource to get. So claim seals early this week, please. Let's get 40,000 before Friday, and really try and hit that new mythic. It's rumoured to be pretty crappy this month, but in my experience, they've revamped bad mythics in the past. Tan Yi was one they revamped a few months ago, and is a really good one now. So they do that, and some that people widely say on YouTube and on internet, Vashdagon as an example, they pretty much say it's an F tier mythic. It is one of my favourites. It's so much fun. Also, when Shabahnu Vespera came out as a new mythic, it was touted as going to be pretty bad. And one of the may have been Tacit. It was a bit down on it at the beginning, and it turns out to be a really, really good card. So don't necessarily listen to the rumours. Go for the new mythic. It's always good to collect them because that's what this game's about. Okay, without much further ado, let's go have a look at the guild, and I'm just gonna have a look briefly at the roster and talk about things. So as you see here, Sentinels pretty much give over a million, or pretty high above the minimum requirement. Now remember, these suggested weekly targets are suggested weekly targets. I do expect senior members of the guild and those who are high level to contribute a lot more. Here's somebody, Septic Void, who's on a bit of a break at the moment, hasn't played for a couple of weeks, and he's slid down from Sentinel to Commander, and hopefully he doesn't really slide down any further. It would be really sad to see Septic go, because he's been a major part of the guild for a long period of time. Commanders tend to be really good players, and you can see how this group of commanders here, you can see on the screen, give way above the suggested weekly targets. They hit lots of seals, lots and lots of trophies. Goodness me, actually look at Haruka, 2,345 trophies. That's amazing. I didn't notice that earlier. Well done, Haruka. You've been playing an awful lot this week. I actually, these are an interesting group. The commanders are an interesting group because they are really the body of the guild. The Sentinels and commanders are the guild really, and the commanders really, the only difference between them and Sentinels is they don't go on chat and Discord, so they're not talking, but they are really the body of who's contributing gold to the tasks. So they're so important. Legionnaires tend to be sort of drifting up or down, and the way I view recruits are really, they're there for a week and they're either moving up or they're moving out. So Rue there's looking a bit worrying. The Elvia and third line, they of course are going to be promoted today, so we're not going to really have any recruits tomorrow. Now I always really try and keep the guild at 29 to leave a free spot for amazing people to join us, and one of those amazing people in the last couple of weeks was of course Fred, who has really kicked ass on some of our events. In the last 2 weeks we have hit, hit portal 10 for the main event, which is really nice. It's a whole lot of orbs of chaos you get at the end there, and here we go, look at this. So Fred hit the 500 boss level on the road, dealing 90,000 damage, and what happened is that created a bit of competition. So Speaker Town, one of our massively dominant players in the guild, he chased Fred to the end there, and Holy Triceratops did a great job. We've got Ed there, or up there on the top as always. I'm not often up there. I'm usually kind of around 10th, but here's our new guy, third line, Haruka there, who got so many trophies, done brilliantly. Lord Redmayne, he's fairly new. Just a great event. I'm not going to look at the invasion, but that's very much the same. So while we're at the guild, let's quickly have a look at tasks, because this is important to our guild. As always, we always complete the tasks. It's super important, and always do that first. Always do the main task before you move on to the epic tasks. Never touch these until these are all done, and we always do them in the same order, which is purple first to get the magic bonus. Then we hit blue so that you get gems early on in the week to spend on the events. Then we go red to get gem keys, and then we go green, and then we go yellow, and then we go brown. We do them in order because when you complete these and get these bonuses that you can see, you get them for 7 days from when you complete them. So it's important to do them in the same order every week. That way your 7-day bonus that you get from the Guardians is consistent, and so you don't ever really lose it. They just keep on overlapping every week. So we have to do that in the same order. So when you donate to a task, if you're new to this guild, please always donate to the one that is shining. Now, epic tasks, as I said, you don't do them until after the main ones are done. Move along to the epic tasks. At the moment, we're discussing what the best strategy is here, because gold contributions are not so high that we complete more than one. We haven't completed one this week, so we're not going to get a bonus for the epic green task this week, but that's alright, doesn't really matter. I favour the epic green one, and OJAA 17, he's the one who really suggested that, because he really likes the writs, and the writs are good, and I'm going to talk about the writs in a second when I talk about the kingdoms, but the writs are a really good reward. A lot of these epic tasks, the rewards are not really worth the money that you put into them. Perhaps purple is, because completing purple gets you, does it say at the end? Well, it gets you a magic bonus for 7 days following it, so that's possibly worth doing. Gem keys are always great. Pet food, who cares? Event keys, trait stones are great. Not really worth the money. None of these are really worth the money. Epic brown tasks are really not worth it either. To me, it doesn't really seem like it's worth it until you really start completing more than one or two of them. So I'm not particularly fussed about these at the moment. At the moment, I'm encouraging people to do epic green tasks because we get lots of writs, and as you see the bonuses along the top, well, you can't see actually if we've completed them, but they're writs. So writs are really important because they turn into the rewards that you need to power up your magic kingdoms. So that's what we do with the tasks. I take the tasks pretty seriously. I get pretty angry when people donate to epic tasks early and we don't hit the main ones in the right sequence, or we don't hit the main ones at all, or we don't hit the main ones in order. It gets me upset, and serial offenders generally get booted from the guild. So that's just a quick little warning. This is something to do in the same way as everybody else. Okay. Let's now talk a little bit about kingdoms. So definitely stop the video if you're not interested in this. Stop the video. I'm going to be as fast as I can. Cynical spent a very, very long time talking about it. So first thing I'm going to talk about is quickly Home Kingdom. Most people start with Broken Spire as their home kingdom. You said it's not my home kingdom. This is a good home kingdom if you want gold, because as you see there on the right hand side beside the tribute, you get more gold than the other things. So if you want gold, so early on in the game, if you're low level, Broken Spire is a sensible home kingdom. However, that time passes pretty quickly, and you're more interested in getting souls, and you see at the moment I've got 559,000 souls up in the top right hand corner. I'm going for that Dawnbringer, that weapon, so I'm after 1 million souls here. So I want souls. So my home kingdom is Blighted Lands, because Blighted Lands, you get 209 souls every time the tribute's triggered, and if it's your home kingdom, you double it. So every time, so 25%, so every hour there's a 25% chance that I'm going to get 418 souls, and that's great. Now this concept of the hour and the tribute is kind of important. Can I go back? No, I don't have any rewards at the moment. But you know when you log in and you're where in the middle at the bottom it says Crystara and there flashes gold there, and you click on it and you get some rewards. That resets, that triggers every hour. Now if you don't collect it within that hour, that it just rolls over and it doesn't accumulate. The gold accumulates because you get gold per day. If you see up in my top right hand corner, I've got 731,000 gold. My income is 781 an hour. Now that accumulates. So if I don't log in for 4 hours, for instance, I'll come back and there will be 4 times 781 gold waiting for me when I log in. The other rewards and the tributes don't accumulate. So the most important one there is gems. So when you log in, you'll notice you get a few gems, and you get 1 gem for every tribute that's triggered during that hour. So the more tributes you have, the more kingdoms you have generating tributes gives you more gems every hour. So ideally, you log in every hour. You don't have to play, but if you log in, collect your rewards, you get a bunch of gems, and you can get, I don't know. My phone beeps when my tribute goes off, and I'd log in anytime during the day, collect my gems, close it off again, and probably collect a couple of 100 gems a day. So that's a really neat wee strategy about getting gems. So I'm never really short of gems, and that's something really, really worth knowing and worth thinking about. Gold is completely different. So gold accumulates, so you can log in once a day and collect your whole 24-hour period of gold. That's completely different. So there you go, home kingdoms. Go for, early on in the game, go for Broken Spire. Later on in the game, go for Blighted Lands while you want souls. When you've got plenty of souls, move on and go to Whitehelm, because Whitehelm has... I'm struggling a bit there. Oh, it's set. Whoops! I accidentally set my home kingdom to Whitehelm. That's my fault. Whitehelm, it has a really good tribute chance, which is great, but it gives you glory, and glory is awesome. Glory is one of the best rewards in the game. That's one of the greatest things to accumulate, because you can open glory keys, and you can spend glory on the troops that you get every Monday. The new troop you get every Monday. So there you go. I got 59,896 glory. I love glory because glory opens glory key chests, and once you've opened all those keys, you can open glory chests, and with glory chests you can get the new mythic for free. So glory's fantastic. Glory also, like I said, where is it? If you go to, I think it's the shop, isn't it? Weekly event. Netherhound was the glory troop this week, so I always buy this guy. Buy your glory troop every week, and I buy enough to get it up to mythic, and that gives you a whole lot of gold, it gives you a whole lot of trait stones, it gives you a whole lot of glory, and it gives you a card at mythic for free, really, because you're not spending anything except glory. And in this case, it was a Karakoth card, which is really brilliant because you go back. Let's go back to Karakoth. Karakoth was the card this week. It's the Kingdom of the Week. That's where the card comes from. If you go here, this is how you get your power up. It's upgrading the troops. You upgrade your troops. So here are my Karakoth troops. Cruise down to where? Let's find Netherhound. There's Netherhound. See, nice mythic. So for free you get a mythic because that gets your power levels up. The more mythics you have, the more high level characters, the more high level cards you have, the higher your power level. And your power level makes such a difference. So this week we had Eldritch Guardian and we had Netherhound, and see they're both mythic. That's just great because we go back here, my power level. I could easily get to the next power level. Let's just see. I'm on power level 7. All I would need to do is get 14 Karakoth troops to level 19. I've already got 11, so let's just have a quick look at these guys again. So that would be really easy. That would be Aramis would be 1. They would be 1 to get up. So let's do it, shall we? Let's get him up there. Get him up to 19. Oh, whoops! He can't go up to 19. He needs to be ascended. So let's find. Here we go. This guy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce him. Let's upgrade him to level 19. 700 souls. I'll take that hit on my total. Like I said, I'm saving for Dawnbringer, but I don't mind 700 going there. Who else have we got? Corrupt Magus, he can go up. Let's get him up to 19. Yep. How many did I need? 3, wasn't it? Let's go back. Let's get another one. Here we go. Ferret, he can go up too. Let's upgrade him. Level 19. There we go. Great. Okay, that should have done it, right? Here we go. Power level 8. Hooray! So power level 8, Karakoth. Let's go have a look. What bonuses we just got from that? So power level 8 got another 600 gold per day. So that's it's another 200 gold per day, but we get 600 gold per day. So hooray, more gold. Now there are bands. So there's the triple tribute reward, which is power level 7, is fantastic because it gives you those tributes that I was just talking about before. Awesome things. So you really want those triple tributes. At level 9 would be wonderful because I get another triple tribute, so that's good. And you want to get everybody eventually. You want them to get into power level 10 because look, I get a +2 kingdom bonus, and this is Karakoth we're talking about. Karakoth is hugely important because Karakoth is a magic kingdom. On level 15 you get +1 magic, which you've already got +1 magic on level 10. Magic is the most important stat in the game, improves all your cards. Every card I have, regardless of whether they're Karakoth or not, gets +1 magic. So it's really good for your gold truffles, it's really good for your Rowan, it's great for everything. You get up to level 15 and you get there again. Now as you see, look at the deeds there, jolly purple deeds, you need so many of them. 24, I need 24 deeds to get up to level 15 to get that extra 1 magic bonus. I also need 440,000 gold. 24 deeds, that's an awful lot of deeds, especially when they only come up sort of 4 at a time in the daily adventures. So I might have to wait 6 months to get that many, which is why we want to get the epic green tasks to get the writs. And when you get 100 writs, you get to turn it into 1 deed. So it takes a long time to get those magic kingdoms up. That's a tough thing. You want to focus on that. But in the meantime, power levels are brilliant. Now I can move up to the next power level by unlocking 3 more traits on 3 Karakoth troops. I'm not going to do that now, but trait stones are the key for that one, of course. Can do that. I can probably do that a bit later, but always good on keeping up with it. It is your magic kingdoms you want to get up first. So with your kingdoms, everybody in our guild is above level 400, so they all know everybody should have your kingdoms above level 5. There will be some people that are still working on getting them to level 10. Oh, here we go. Actually, let's have a look. I'll come back to that idea. Here my money's flashing. So, you can see before I set my home kingdom to Whitehelm, which was a bit of a mistake because I want souls. I'm going to get some glory, so that's fine. click on this and this comes up. So this is the thing I was talking about. You want to get this every hour if you can. So there we go, look at that, 16 gems, woo, 16 gems every hour. Imagine if I got 16 gems every hour, that'd be great. That's like, what, 150 something gems. That's fantastic in a day if I was waking up during the night every hour and logging into Gems of War, which of course I'm not going to do. But I do it about 6 or 7 times a day, and I do get about 100 to 150 gems a day, which is great. I've got a whole bunch of glory, which is nice. So that's almost like 255. You know, that card costs 300 glory, so that's one card for doing nothing. And really, when you think about it, that's also worth that one card. If I bought that one Nether Hound or whatever it was called, I would also get 5,000 gold. So this is another way to get more gold. So I got 5,000 gold there passively. I could buy another Nether card with my 255 or close to 300 glory, which would give me another 5,000. That's 10,000 gold. There are lots of really easy ways to get gold in this game. You don't have to slog. So there you go. Oh, somebody gave me some honour. That's really nice. Thank you very much. So somebody gave me honour in the last hour. That's great. Good on them. And I got 570 souls. Now I got 17 tributes, which is awesome. So here are my tributes. And you don't really care about those, but we'll continue. So that's really important part of the game. Logging in and getting those rewards, because they're the best rewards. They're just brilliant. You've really got to do it. Where was I again? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Magic Kingdoms. So Silverglade. So you want to get your Silverglade Kingdom. It's up there. Mine's on level 13 because it gets really, really hard to get them up above that. Karakoth is 1. It's on level 12 at the moment. Zulkari, I've already got to 15. Hooray! And I did that during the Zulkari event that we had. Was it last week or the week before? Usually what I do is the kingdom that's the focus of the event, I'll try and power and level it up as we go. Darkstone's another one. Darkstone's really important. That's a magic one. And Blighted Lands is the other one, I think. Yep. Now, well, there is one other kingdom I want to point out, because I want to show, this is the bit that, so if you've made it, this is a real nugget, if you've made it to this point of my long and boring video, then this is the gem here. So when you go into, let's have a look at this, let's have a look at the kingdom info. Actually, that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see that at all. I want to see here, the bonuses. So you will see that I've got this bonus here, level 12, plus 25% faction horde stats. Now, what that means is the faction, the underworld faction that is associated with the Leonidas Kingdom, when your horde stats get plus 25% when you fight in that faction. So, Leonidas is really important because it is the faction pair of City of Thieves. So City of Thieves, if you don't know it already, is a great farming, gold farming delve. So this is where you get lots of gold. And so if you go to my faction horde, if I go to my horde, here's my horde for my bonuses. These bonuses here, which are fantastic. So every time I fight in here, all my troops get these great bonuses because of the horde. They get 25% on that. So that's really, 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 really cool. And if you go back, let's go back to Leonidas Empire. If you go back there, you will see, whoops, wrong one. You will see that you can get another 25 faction horde on level 14. So this is why you level up your kingdoms past level 10. The other ones aren't so great. I mean, you get kingdom team bonus, so that means if I've got a team full of Leonidas troops, then they get a bonus, and you see the team bonus over there is tier 3, whatever that means. So they get a bit of a bonus, but who really cares? It's the level 15 as you want. There you go. Again, it's really hard to get to level 15. That's end game, long game stuff. Right. So I think that's about all I want to say about kingdoms. Now let's go back, circle back again to the Queen's birthday, and the Queen's birthday gift to you as guild members this week is that I'm going to halve guild requirements, gold requirements this week. It's a Guild Wars week. Guild Wars weeks, gold is plentiful because you're doing lots of PvP battles. You get lots of gold from PvP battles, so you're going to be rich. So what I want you to do this week is I want you to level up some of your kingdoms, and if you haven't got a kingdom to level 10, jolly well get it there. Because on level 10, that's when you get a stat bonus that applies to every single troop you've got in the game. That's all. I am going to finish this video by celebrating with a PvP game with my new troop. With my new troop that I got, because today I bought Shabahnu Vespera from the Soulforge, 4,000 diamonds. I just got there. I've made this team. This team is amazing, and I want to show you how this team works. So again, if you're here to listen to the Kingdoms information, you can go now. If you want to see this team play, Finesse, Shabahnu Vespera, Dancing Daggers and Graveseer, then stay round. So let me tell you about this. So Finesse is one of the Guardian troops you get from Guild Seals. So it's a card that is pure yellow. The important thing about this card is it gives 4 to all skills. Its third trait there. Give 4 to all skills on Strix allies when you're matching 4 or more gems. So when you do a 4 match, all Strix allies get 4 to all their skills. Now that's super cool because, look, Shabahnu is not a Strix, but Dancing Daggers is a Strix. Hooray! So Dancing Daggers goes up by 4 every time you match a 4 gem. Now what Shabahnu does is Shabahnu creates gems. So create 10 give 10 to a random skill on an ally, which is cool. Create 9 gems of their mana color, and then repeat it 2 more times. So you give 30 to random skills to an ally, or 10 3 times, and you create 9 gems of their mana color. Now, if you choose a mono color, like Finesse, for instance, or Dancing Daggers, yellow, you'll do that 3 times on a yellow. So that's fantastic because you create 9 times 3. 27 gems. So 27 gems is a lot of gems. You'll also power yourself up again. So because Shabahnu's yellow, Shabahnu powers herself up and effectively loops infinitely. Now, the first version of this team I saw had a Finesse at the bottom as well, but the problem with that is Shabahnu takes a long time to charge up. Graveseer is potentially a card that speeds that up. Now, the weapon doesn't matter so long as you have Stormcaller as your class. If you have Stormcaller as your class, then your hero will be a Strix. Hooray! So you can use Thunderbird, which is the class weapon. So Thunderbird does 31 true damage to an enemy. If there's a storm, deal 15 true damage and then remove the storm. So which is really good because you do damage to all the enemies. And of course, as Shabahnu goes loops, you do more true damage, which is really cool. And you do it to all the enemies, and then but the pain in the ass is you remove the storm. But that's not such a problem because you take the storm away, and what happens to that storm? Well, look at the third trait on this guy. You get a light storm when my turn begins. So it doesn't really matter because you just get a light storm anyway. So your light storm's perpetual and allied Strix gain 2 life. So it's great. So this is a really synergistic team that does this really cool looping, and Graveseer starts it going really fast. So super important. And if you just actually quickly look at one more thing, let's look at talent trees. No, that's not what I was looking for. Don't worry about that. Doesn't matter. So let's go have a look at this team in action to battle. Let's choose. Oh, I can't even remember what fight I chose this then. Anyway, we're in a fight. It's probably It's probably embarrassing. But, okay, so we want to get Shabahnu up as fast as we possibly can. Oh, there's a match, so let's just do that. Now, green gems to purple, is that going to help us at the moment? Doesn't look like it. Let's just carry this. Try to shift things around. Come on, let's have a look. Some green gems to purple is not going to help me. Can I match anything? Oh, well, matching yellows now is going to help. Unfortunately, I give away my turn. Green gems to purple, is that going to help? Doesn't look like it. It's a real shame, but I can get a blue net. That helps. Come on, Shabahnu, we need you. We need you. Green gems to purple, is that going to help? No. Got any 4 matches? No. Okay, got any yellows? No. Got a purple. We're almost there. Green gems to purple. That's still not going to help. So I didn't get to show you. Graveseer didn't really help us at all. You get a yellow net. Okay, here's where the looping fun begins. So we cast Shabahnu, and we cast Shabahnu on yellow hero. Look at all that yellow. Boom! Hey, everything's up. Most importantly though, this is Dancing Daggers. Look, damage 52. Let's hit Shabahnu again. Hit it on yellow. Boom! This round looped around again. 56 damage to everybody. Let's do it again. Hit him again. Hooray! What are we up to now? 78 damage. Now we're talking. Okay, let's hit him again. And we just keep on looping. I love it. She laughs. Let's do it again. And let's do it again. How much damage are we doing now? 98. Now it's time to kill everybody. Let's kill everybody with Dancing Daggers. There you go. Now that is a looping team. Yay! So, PvP. This is how you get gold. There you go. Okay, that's the end of my video. It was massive. Sorry about that. Lots of information. Bore you to tears. Thanks for being an awesome guild. I really love this game, and you guys make it just so much better. Have a good week. See ya in the chat. Cheers.